Hey guys, so I'm really excited to share this video with you today. This is my first time collaboration here on YouTube. It is a Valentine's Day collaboration. I am collaborating with Sabrina from MacShadowCombos as well as Gina from GirlyTipsEtc. If you're not familiar with them already, I will be putting a link to their channels in the description box below. So we decided to come up with 3 different looks and we're going to be uploading them around the 20th of this month. So be sure to look out for those videos, and I will be putting pictures of their looks, of their finished looks at the end of this video, as well as a link so you can go ahead and watch that video right away. And the look that I did today was something that I'm most likely going to wear myself for Valentine's Day. I want to do something dark and something smoky without being full on black, which is why I mixed in a little bit of a bronze color to make it slightly more wearable, if you can call this look wearable at all. And I kept the cheeks very shimmery, but they're like natural color, so they just provide a really nice glow to the skin. And the lips again are more toned down, but instead of my traditional freckle tone nude lip, I decided to go a little bit pinkier just to kind of tie in, you know, a little bit of pink from Valentine's Day. And then I also added a kind of like a light pink inner corner highlight. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you want to see how I did this, just keep on watching. Alright guys, so to get started I'm going to be using my smoked palette from Urban Decay. If you don't have this palette, don't worry, feel free to replicate this look with any colors that you have that are similar to this in your current collection. So the colors I'll be using are Kinky, which is this kind of like yellowy matte highlight color, Barlust, which is the lid color, which is like a really nice, like, warm, bronzy brown kind of color, and then Blackout, which is just a matte black. So I already did my eyebrows and applied my highlight color and Urban Decay Primer Potion all over my lid. For a base for my actual lid, I'm going to use MAC's Constructivist Paint Pot. And you can take that either on a brush or with your finger. I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger. And just put that all over your lid. And then don't get too much in the inner corner right here, because we're going to apply a kind of like a light pink shadow to really open up the eyes, since there's so many dark colors in this look. And just blend out the edges. You don't have to take this too high, so mainly just on the lid. So once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and do the highlight color now, so I don't get any shadow where this is supposed to go. So I'm using this really pretty light pink pigment from MAC. It's called Cheers My Dear. I showed this to you guys in a MAC haul. So I'm taking some of that on a 219 pencil brush. Tap off your brush. And then just pop that right here on the inner corner. What I like about this pigment is that while it is light and shimmery, it's not super glittery, so it won't look like too much. I'm just taking the end of the brush just kind of to help pat it in a little bit better. So if you like it just like that, you know, you can totally leave it. I want to add a little bit more pink to it, so I'm using this MAC eyeshadow in Swish. This really pretty pink. Again, it's shimmery, but it's not too bright, just to make it a touch more pink. So there. I'm going to take is Texture, and this is my favorite crease color at the moment. So I'm taking that on a MAC 224 brush. You can take any fluffy blending brush that you have. And I'm putting that all over the crease. Make sure you get it nice and strong here in the outer corner. And then with whatever is left on your brush, you can lightly blend it up towards the highlight color, just so there's a smoother transition. Then with a MAC 239 brush, I'm taking this Barlust shade from the Smoked palette. And I'm going to pat that all over the lid, staying under the crease. By applying that Constructivist paint pot as a base, it really makes the red tones in this eyeshadow come through a little bit better versus applying it on its own, or let's say over a black base. Then taking a MAC 217 brush, take any black eyeshadow of your choice. I'm using this Blackout shade from the palette as well. Make sure you tap off your brush really well, especially if you have your makeup done first. And then I'm just going to put this right on the outside corner. So getting the color started. And you also want to pat this right on the outer corner of the actual eyelid. So just like that. Then just take any tissue or a washcloth and wipe off your brush really well. And then start blending out this color. Now when working with black eyeshadow, you always want to apply a little bit at a time and make sure that you're blending. So essentially you want to add your product in layers. That way you don't get too much product on your eyes and then it's going to make it really hard to blend it out. So when working with black shadow, less is definitely more. You can bring it in towards the inner corner if you want to, depending on your eye shape and how dramatic you want this look to be. Now to do some work on the lower lash line, I'm going back in with that Constructivist paint pot, and I'm using the tip of my 239 brush to dip it in the product. So I'm just using it right on the tip, and then we're just going to smudge this on the lower lash line. I want to make it nice and smoky, so I'm bringing it all the way in. Just being careful not to cover up that highlight color that we already applied. With that same brush, just make sure you wipe it off really well. I'm dipping the tip into that Blackout eyeshadow, that black shadow, and I'm popping this on the outer half of the lower lash line. So just going to intensify it a little bit more, and just make sure you're connecting it here right on the outer corner where the lash lines meet. Okay, so off camera I'm going to finish up my eyes. I'm going to do kind of like a thick liner like I did on this side. I'm not really winging it out, I'm just making it nice and thick. And then for lashes, I'm applying the Ardell 106 lashes. They look like this. They're kind of spiky, but it looks really natural. They are quite long, but they add a really cool effect to the eyes. So when I am done with my eyes, I'm going to come back and show you guys how I finished up the look. Hey guys, so this is the finished look. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Let me tell you quickly what I used on the rest of my face to finish up the look. I used my Tarte blush, which is technically a highlighter, in the shade Angelic, and I showed this to you guys in that Tarte haul. And then for blush, I used this color Thrilled. It's a really pretty, kind of like a shimmery berry color. And then to contour my face, I used my MAC Refined Golden Bronzer, which I always use. It's my favorite MAC bronzer. And then for my lips, I used 3 different products. The first thing I did was I lined and filled in my lips with MAC's Subculture Lip Pencil, which looks like this. It's a very natural lip color. And it's a perfect base for the lipstick that I'm using, which is MAC's Viva Glam V. Again, it's a very natural lip color, has a little bit of shimmer. It's kind of like a rosy pink without being too like full-on pink. And then for gloss, I used MAC's Nymphette lip gloss, and instead of putting this all over the lips, I placed it right on the middle of my lips and right in the Cupid's bow. So it still gives that illusion of like fuller looking lips without being too sticky on the mouth. So that's pretty much it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave any questions or comments below, and be sure to check out the other 2 makeup tutorials from the ladies I'm collaborating with in the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.